This is a practice called dipping in and out of the stream or river. The idea is that we use our mindfulness and acceptance skills to come in and out of difficult thought processes. Thought processes like worry about the future, rumination about the past, judgment about ourselves or the external world, other thought processes like obsessions, mental compulsions, analytical thinking, check-in, any pathological thought process that gets us stuck in our head and not in our life. And the idea is that we actually engage in some thinking that gets us starting to get stuck in certain thought processes, then practice moving out of it and move in and out, like we're dipping into the stream of thoughts or the river of thoughts and stepping out onto the riverbank. And so for the first part, we want to choose something to think about that is generally enjoyable, satisfying, fun. So it can be a memory, something we enjoy doing in the present, or something we're looking forward to in the future. So a pleasant memory, present in enjoyment, or future anticipation. And of course, if you're struggling with your mental health, even thinking about this will start to trigger difficult thoughts. So as best you can, stay on the enjoyable content. But of course, your mind might start to pull in self-criticism, worry, hopelessness, lack of meaning, these sorts of difficult thinking. So just stay with the good stuff as much as you can. So sitting there comfortably, finding a stable posture, and to begin with, picking your source of positive rumination and starting to think about it. So think about all the aspects of what you enjoy. If it's a memory, relive it from all different directions. If it's something you're anticipating, think about all that could happen that will be enjoyable. If it's a current hobby that you enjoy, all the different aspects of it. So starting to think about this thing that you really enjoy. And then coming back to your body, so feeling your feet on the ground, contact with the chair, spine upright, stable posture. You can use your breathing, you can use a little bit of movement and stretching, especially if thinking processes are really intense. And at the same time, acknowledging the thoughts and feelings, so noticing whether that positive rumination continues, notice how you feel. Notice if any negative ruminations pulled in, acknowledging that, noticing stepping back, and then engaging in the world around you and what you're doing right now. So look around your room with curiosity, notice what you can see, try and find something different, notice what you can hear, notice what you can touch, and focus on what's important for what you're doing in the present moment. So you and me here together working on this technique. And then go back into that positive rumination. So thinking about it again, same thing, same thoughts, different thoughts, going through it all again. And once more, just coming back to your body. So push your feet into the ground if you want to feel that contact more. Put your body upright and feel that stable posture. Breathe. Feel the rise and fall of the abdomen. If breathing is supportive to you. If not, just feel the contact points and some movement. Notice your thinking. This time try to name it. I am noticing anticipation. I am noticing memories. I am noticing positive thoughts, whatever you would call it, name it. I am noticing excitement, pleasure, whatever you're feeling. I'm noticing rumination, worry, if it's pulling in negative thoughts as well. And then engage in the world around you, what you can see, hear, touch, smell and taste if it's relevant, and what you're doing right now. This practice, working on these skills. And then one more time, so moving into those positive thoughts, start to ruminate about that content that brings enjoyment typically, or it used to bring enjoyment. And this time, just move into that second stage. So just acknowledge your thoughts and feelings. Notice what your mind is saying. Notice what images are there. Notice what you're feeling. Find a way to name it. And then engaging back in this moment and what you're doing right now. And then if we move into working with more difficult ruminations and difficult thoughts, so choosing an area of content, probably not the most difficult thought patterns you struggle with, maybe going for something medium or slightly easier that your mind gets stuck on. And then you can build up and practice with the more difficult content, but pick a worry, a rumination about the past, a bit of self-judgment or external world judgment that is not the most overwhelming piece, and do the same with that. Start to connect with it, think about it, worry, ruminate, analyze the way you would in life, the way it would come up in life, and start to start to connect with that. And it becomes really useful to use the body as a way of grounding and anchoring yourself. So start with stretching. The more difficult the thoughts are, the more useful the body can become. So get back into your body. And as you do that, notice these difficult thought patterns. Notice worry, notice rumination, notice planning, notice judgment, notice obsession. And notice what you're feeling as well. Is there any sadness, anxiety, anger, worry, anxiety, any difficult feelings showing up? Name them. I am noticing worry. I am noticing judgment. I'm noticing rumination. I'm noticing obsession. I'm noticing the urge to do, and then whatever it might be, compulsion or problematic behavior. And then at the same time, engaging in what you're doing right now in the world around you. So look around you, notice where you are, notice what you can see and hear. It can be useful to notice 5 things you can see, 3 to 5 things you can hear, touch, smell, taste. And noticing the difficult thoughts, allowing them to come and go, and then refocusing without adding to them, without adding additional cognitive processes, just noticing the automatic thoughts and then refocusing back into what you're doing. And then we'll run through it again. So go back into the difficult thought pattern. Allow your mind to start getting caught up in it. And then again, coming back to your body. So very simply, just feeling your feet on the ground, or taking a deep breath, or doing one single stretch. Noticing and naming your thoughts and feelings. I am noticing worry. I'm noticing thoughts about the past, thoughts about the future. I'm noticing the inner critic. I'm noticing the I'm not good enough story, if you want to name the major predominant story your mind is saying. Notice what you're feeling and what urges are there. I'm noticing the urge to check, analyze, obsess, review. And this time, as we engage in the world around you, bring in some self-compassion. So say to yourself what you would say to a good friend experiencing this. It's tough to go through these thought processes. Many people experience this. I'm not alone. Let me take care of myself. What can I do that will support me, help me to get back into my life and do something that looks after me? Okay, I'm going to go for a walk. And then engaging in the world around you and what you're doing as you do that supportive thing. And then we're going to go back into the difficult thoughts to practice this. So to go back into those difficult thought patterns, connecting, getting stuck in them again. And this time, just acknowledging your thoughts and feelings with kindness. This is suffering, this is pain, this is difficult. I notice my mind is spinning on this one. I notice I'm getting stuck in thought. I notice I'm worrying, ruminating, judging, analyzing, checking, reviewing, debating, getting stuck. I notice I'm feeling anxious, sad, angry, numb, detached, uncertainty. I notice I'm having the urge to reassure, self-reassure, or get reassurance from another person, the urge to do a problematic behavior, the urge to check, analyze, debate, argue, confirm. And this is tough, and I'm not alone with this. Many people struggle with this. How can I look after myself? How can I take care of myself in this moment? And then engage in what you're doing, the world around you right now, with kindness, doing this practice, turning towards these difficult thoughts on purpose to learn how to unhook, how to step back, how to get some freedom and space from them. And then one more time, so going back into those difficult thoughts again, worrying, ruminating, obsessing, analyzing, figuring out, comparing, reassuring, debating, confirming, whatever's going on in your mind. And this time, just unhooking by just noticing, just observing your mind, notice it doing that step back, notice what you're feeling. And then moving into supportive thoughts. So choosing a value, a motivation, something that matters. So either a core value like kindness, compassion, courage, focus, determination, persistence. Or choosing an area of your life that matters, my family, my work, enjoyment, a compassionate motivation. I'm going to look after myself. I'm going to support myself through this difficulty for me, for my family, because I've got nothing else to lose, whatever the motivation is. And then choosing some actions that will reflect that. What can I do today that will reflect that value of self-care, support, compassion? What's one or two things I can do? Think about them, picture yourself doing them, anticipate what your mind will do to try and stop you, reason given, hopelessness, helplessness, worry, anxiety. And how are you going to use what we've done here to help you to do that action and to focus on it, to be present no matter what your mind says, to really be engaged and to savor and appreciate whatever it is, or at the very least be focused and really present with it and refocus whenever your mind gets distracted. So think what that action is. What is that goal that will support you? Plan it out. And then go and do it today, using what we've done in this practice to help you whenever the worry, rumination, self-attack, difficult thoughts come up. Just keep running through any version of the unhooking we've done here, the drop in anchor, the self-compassion, the supportive thinking. Supportive thinking can just be kindly narrating and talking yourself through what you're doing, telling yourself one step at a time, just got to get out of bed, just got to sit on the edge of my bed, just got to go and make a glass of water, just got to get outdoors, whatever it is, kindly talking yourself through it. That can be the supportive thinking. So using one of these tools and practicing it over and over, continuous connection today.